four. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the EG Pod Thunder with your boy, the young light-skinned Keith Sweat. And to my left, my guy has returned. It's been a very long time in the making. My guy, Carl Greene, CG Exclusive on YouTube. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe, send it to the moon. Get it, baby.
Yes, sir. You already know. I appreciate you having me on again. It's always a good time. It's always a blessing to be on here. But yeah, you know, I mean, it's your boy CG. It's me. And you already know the deal, gentlemen and ladies. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Subscribe to the Patreon. Buy some clothes, buy some merch. I told y'all it was coming last time. I'm a man of my word. I do not cap. Even though I got a hat on, I still don't cap. But anyway, be sure to tap in, and we're going to chop it up today. So I appreciate you having me on as always. And let's get to it.
Yeah, man. I'm glad you came on. It's kind of crazy. Like, I started about to be a year. I think it's like a year and a month now at this point that I've been on. And we're kind of getting like chapters of your life. When you came on, you were at Cortland. Yeah. Then there was one I haven't even dropped yet. There's been so many. I've been having so many guests on. There was one of you and Angel that it's kind of like a retroactive podcast now at this point because you were transferring. Well, actually, you were going to go your second year at Cortland. That didn't end up happening. So you're kind of getting chapters of your life on the podcast. You're getting it all recorded on YouTube. So you can go back even when you're older and watch chapters of your college life on the EG Pod Thunder.
Yes, life's a movie. You know what I mean? It really, really is. And I'm just enjoying the plot, blessed up every day. So it's crazy. You know, it really is crazy. Yeah,
man. So last time you came on, it was like July-ish. So what has happened since July? What are your movements now? What are people, they're tracking the CG Exclusive? What have they missed? And, the EG Pod loyal listeners can get an update on your life.
Since July, bro, we're going to have to do since last week, man. Like, really, life be moving so fast. But really, I'm just blessed up to even be here. I had an incident where I almost crashed my car back in November. I almost died. Dude pulled me out of covered in glass out of the back windshield. So I'm just lucky to be here. You know what I mean? I take up every day, just blessed up with some urgency. But yeah, since July, man, it's been crazy. You know, life is, like I say, literally, it's a movie. Like, you can't make this stuff up. You just live fast in the fast lane and live life and enjoy it every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, you cannot make this shit up. Literally talking about an accident. There's never fire trucks coming around where we record the podcast, and that's been nonstop, literally right when you're talking about it. So, does that kind of is that like a thing when you have like flashbacks when you're like, so if a cop came out, the sirens, you hear sirens, you're thinking back to that point when you almost died? Or is that it's kind of all like a blur when that happened?
No, but the situation, it's actually crazy because it's not a blur. I remember it very, very vividly. I remember, because I'll give you the full story right now. Like I said, I'm just blessed up to even be here. You know what I mean? I say my prayers and my graces every day because I really am grateful. So I was driving. I just ran a 5K. You know, like I said, I'm an athlete and I like to challenge myself in very different athletic manners. So there's a 5K in East Greenwich that my mom was like, hey, as a family, like maybe we should go run it. Obviously, my grandparents are too old. My mom didn't end up doing it. She slacked. But I'm the man of my word, so I stuck with it. My family waited for me at the finish line. It was just a great experience. So anyway, I finished that. And it was the day after Thanksgiving, too. I run the 5K. I was sore, and I was like, I still have to work out. I still got to hit upper body today because I'm on a very strict regimen. So I was like, I'm going to go get a massage. I'm going to relax my legs. And then I'm going to go hit the gym later. So I'm going to get a massage up in Coventry. There's a really, really nice spot. Shout out my boy Tom Rossi. Hopefully he gets some clients. He has really, really good prices, really, really good rates, and he helps out a lot of athletes. So anyway, I'm driving to Coventry, and I have to like look down when I tell it because it's literally like a play-by-play. Like, when you play football, you've made a certain play. Yeah. You remember, okay, I had to chase him. Or when you remember, like, you caught something, like just like it's a play-by-play. So I'm driving, and then I remember this dude in a white Audi, he wouldn't let me get over because like I just got new tires in my car. So I saw debris in the road. It was something you wouldn't want to hit. It was like a bigger piece of plastic, metal, wood. I don't know what it was. It was about a quarter mile away. So I'm driving, and I'm a fairly fast driver. I'm cruising at about 90, 95.
A little fast.
A little fast. Because going on the straightaway, there's really nobody there. There's just like a couple cars in front of me and like around me. So I'm cruising at about 90, 95. I see the debris in the road. I'm like, all right, I don't want to hit this. So I speed up to try to get over and like swerve out of the way. The guy doesn't let me get over. He speeds up. So I'm like, all right, F this guy. I jam on it. I swerve lanes, cut the guy off completely. But it was like, I almost folded and let the pressure. Cause like, when you're driving and you feel someone riding, really riding your ass and tailgating you, that like, you kind of feel the pressure of like, oh my God, I can't even touch the brakes. I can't slow down at all or else he's going to hit me and he's going to rear end me. And obviously I don't want that. So I swerved back over. As soon as I caught control of the car, I swerved back over. When I did, dude, I just lost control. I don't know if he rear-ended me. I don't know what happened, but I lost control of the car. So I'm spinning out. Boom, I spun over twice. And I never used to wear my seatbelt either. Like, really, like when I say I live life in the fast lane, I really do. I never would have my seatbelt on. I spin out, go off the road. So I spin over 2 lanes of traffic, spinning. I go over like there's like a gap, like where like there's like the piece of grass, like the gap, and then the guardrail. So I'm spinning out. I go over the guardrail, boom, crack the guardrail. And I remember like it's like a sci-fi movie. Like imagine everything in this room got flipped upside down right now, and it's like a pause, like a split second. Like that camera would be in the air, this would be in the air, and then boom, everything goes crashing down. And I remember seeing the airbag blow up, like that. I remember seeing it blow up in my face. Pause. I go right in the back windshield, and I'm laying there. I must have been passed out because I blacked out, and I blacked out long enough for this guy. God bless him. He was like a white dude. I don't even remember his name. I was so like, the adrenaline was pumping, everything. White dude who had like a salmon pink colored polo on. I passed out long enough for him to pull over, walk across 3 lanes of traffic, stop traffic, and pull me out of the back windshield. And I was covered in glass. I have a little scar on my the right side. I'll show you after the podcast. And my arm is a little scar too, but I walked away unscathed.
What happened to the dude in the Audi? He just took off?
He took off. He probably thought he killed me, and he took off because the state troopers were looking for him when they got there. And they couldn't find him. And I'm just lucky to be standing here because like the car, I beamed that guardrail probably going 95 miles.
That's wild. So do you have like I said, kind of like PTSD at times, or is just like something happened, you kind of forgot about it?
Honestly, bro, I laugh about it because like, you know how they say, imagine shooting a man with his last bullet and he stands there unfazed.
You kind of feel like you're Superman now.
Yeah. Like honestly, that car crash changed my life for the better because not only did it teach me, okay, I'm a precious cargo and I'm gambling with my life every time I step into my vehicle. 1 and 2, it showed me like, not only am I here for a reason, God has blessed you with many, many things to be able to survive something like that. So when I play football and I can survive a guardrail, when I can survive crashing into a guardrail at 95 miles an hour, imagine what I'm going to do when I run into another man.
Yeah.
Really, that's how I think about it. Like, I'm crazy like that. Like, I think about stuff in all these different ways. And God just blessed me with another opportunity at life. You know what I mean? Because I knew I wasn't living my life right when that happened. So now that I almost died and I saw my life, like, flash before my eyes, and, like, I remember laying there covered in glass and blood and, like, seeing the airbag, like, blow up and, like, you're laying there. It's like, wow, like, you think you killed somebody. Like, the first thing I said to the people that stopped and helped me out, like all those good Samaritans, I was like, please don't tell me I killed nobody. You know what I mean? It was crazy. So like, I wouldn't say PTSD, but I would say you get a second shot at life. You really want to make it count. You really get a second swing. You want to make it count. Because like, imagine that podcast in July was the last time we ever talked. Obviously we texted and stuff, but like, you know what I mean? And I'm an only child. I'm only grandchild. That's it. That would have been it for my bloodline. You know what I mean? I take care of my grandparents. They're in their 80s. My mom can't have another kid. She's in her late 50s. So I wake up with that urgency every single day that God gave me another chance at life, 1, and 2, that like I need to make sure my bloodline is secured.
Yeah, you keep talking about God now. So do you think that's obviously you went to Hendricken, but I'm on St. Ray's too, and you asked me right before the podcast, am I really in tune with God? And I said, yeah, but then you asked me if I pray kind of like daily. And I said, to be honest, I don't. So, you kind of just talk about God a lot. You have a God. God is the only
man I fear.
Bracelet on you. So do you think that got you more in tune with religion, or you always been a part of it, or that moment in your life has brought you closer and now you're realizing, I need to, showcase God that I'm, grateful for his prayers and, looking over you?
That's a great question. So I've always been in tune with it because obviously I went to Hendricken, we had to pray and all this stuff. And my family, like I was brought up in the church, going to church on Sundays when I was little. But now I've had a better sense of being tapped in with God and being prayed up and, doing all that. And like, you don't necessarily, like, people think being in tune with God is going to church on Sundays and like doing all that stuff is a big, huge part of it. But if you just talk to God when you're in silence, bro, sometimes I won't even drive with music. I'll just sit there and I'll pray out loud and God answers everything, bro. That stuff really, really changed my life. And like I said, like after that car crash, it changed my life of being like, okay, I'm here for a reason. I'm blessed because that could have been it. Imagine that was my time right there, bro. Like I said, like I live with that urgency every day that God has blessed me with another chance at life. And I'm living with that urgency to just conquer everything and just for my bloodline and everything. Like it's a really, really, it's the best thing that could have happened to me. And I really mean that. You know what I mean? So I'm just grateful to God that I have a second chance at life. And I really, really mean that.
I'm glad you did as well, sir, because, we gotten pretty close since the Hendricken days, and you're saying God answers your prayers.
He do.
So obviously, there's that side of it. Do you think, and do you believe in the opposite spectrum of it, where, the negativity and apparently I'm a big TikToker. TikTok, I slowly go on, upload clips, but apparently on TikTok right now, there's like a big like witchcraft trend right now on TikTok, which I did not know about. So do you believe like in that witchcraft and the negativity and the opposite spectrum of God?
Of course. If God is real, evil has to be real too. Look at what's going on in the world right now. There's evil everywhere. I see it in people's eyes. There's evil everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, you really have to stay prayed up, especially the way the world's going and stuff going on in the world right now. You have to stay prayed up. You have to stay tapped in with God and just call God, bro. You know what I mean? And like, back to what I was saying about God being with you every day. Like, there's stuff in my life that like you can't really plan. Like, obviously, stuff that's going on in my life. Like, I had to take a semester off from school because I had some mental health problems with my grandfather and like a bunch of stuff. My grandfather fell, and I really feel like I couldn't have been in the right spot mentally to go back to school and when I was up at Cortland in New York. So I take a semester off. I go down to Florida to go train. I meet somebody. All of a sudden, I meet Gold Feet. And then now, like you can't plan that stuff. And now I'm at a good school where I really am allowed to be me. I'm embraced. I'm not just a number. And everything works out the way it's supposed to do. It might take a while, but like that song with Future, it takes a while, but I'm on time. Yeah. You know what I mean? So when you really, really tap in with God, bro, and you think about stuff that's gone on in your life, you can't plan some of that stuff. You can't plan that I was going to take a semester off from school. I meet somebody, shout out Zoe. I meet him from YouTube, from a football stream that I did on YouTube. All of a sudden now me and him are getting up in South Florida because he knows somebody. And then bing, bang, and boom. Now I'm tapped in and I'm really learning stuff, meeting people that I never would have ever met, being from Rhode Island and from the smallest town, the smallest state. That's God's work, bro. You can't plan that.
Do you think, you definitely can't plan that, but do you think there's times where, saying God's blessed you and he's overlooking you, do you think there's times where people have like, wished bad upon you, where it's like, they're, like we kind of mentioned earlier, the TikTok witchcraft, where it's like that type of stuff happening to you? Like, do you think people are wishing bad upon you? And if you do think that too, in those moments, how do you like overcome those things? Like, someone's trying to, wish bad upon you. How are you, what's your advice to overcome if that's happening?
Dog, people wish bad upon me every day. I have friends that wish bad upon me. Ever since I started my clothing brand, I have people that wish bad upon me every day. Friends, people that I thought would never look at me sideways or whatever, they switched up on me. They wish bad upon me. People I know and see in my day-to-day lives, my classmates wish bad upon me. I see it in their eyes, bro. You know what I mean? God blessed me with the vision. I have a Dragon Ball Z scanner on, bro. I peep everything.
So how are you, overcoming those haters and overcoming the negative energy in your life?
You don't pay attention to it. You stay prayed up and you call God, and God will take care of all that. And the best revenge is success. And you can't ever be revenged in a spiteful manner, but you don't engage in negativity, because when you engage in negativity, it will pull you down. And the devil's best weapon is isolation, bro. So if you stay prayed up, you got good people around you. And like I said, I don't really have that many friends anymore. I've lost more friends since the last time I've been on in July than I can count on two hands, bro. Because I thought, you know me, bro, I'm always trying to be cool with everybody. Now I have 3 friends, bro. Have 3 friends. And then my family, my grandparents, my uncle, my cousins, and that's it. And I'm prayed up, and I don't care who I'm friends with. I don't care about none of that. All I care about is who's around me. I'm blessed up. I don't need a big circle, because at the end of the day, God has blessed me. All these people that I see with my Dragon Ball Z scanner on a daily basis. I was telling you about the guy in the sauna. Yeah. My classmates, maybe some of my teammates. I know for sure my old teammates, my old coaches. Everybody wish bad upon me, but I'm prayed up, so you can't. That's God's work, bro. So I'm protected. I'm divinely protected all day.
So you're not engaged with anybody who's wishing bad upon you?
No.
You don't try to wish bad upon them back?
No, you can't, because at the end of the day, like, they persecuted Jesus, and they put him on the cross, and he had to die for other people's sins. You know what I mean? He never wished bad upon anybody. He took it on the chin. So as a man, especially a man of God, you got to take stuff on the chin. You know what I mean? And like, I'm trying to live my life like more righteously. You know what I mean? Obviously with the girls and stuff like that. Like,
sometimes do you think that's hard crazy. Though? Like, sometimes I feel like, this is like your 3rd or 4th time on the podcast now. One never got published just because there's so many episodes published. But getting back to kind of the growing trend, I feel like in CG's life is that is a lot of hate, and how do you keep overcoming that? Like, how do you keep, like, I feel like a lot of people, if they had even one level of one challenge in their life, sometimes people fold.
You know how many things I've had to go through?
That's what I'm saying. Like, so many things you have to go through, and you keep, getting to that next level. You keep overcoming the haters and the, that has something in itself right there. You've overcome Uri, then Cortland, and then now you overcame that. Now you're at
Appreciate that, bro. That's love for real.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
No, of course, bro. Definitely. That's something about your character as well. So, how do you think? I mean, you keep saying, God and you're blessed, stuff like that, but like just like the characteristics, like how do you have those dark times where like you're by yourself in your room? A lot of people can turn into, drugs. They form a drug habit, or, they get very isolated, and then, really bad things happen in those situations. You have not turned to that, at least from my knowledge. So like, instead of going to that, how are you, getting to that next point where, you keep striving, persevering, and, get into a couple more things we're going to get to later on, but starting your own LLC, starting your own business brand, getting popular on YouTube. A lot of people cannot do that. So how do you feel like you've actually done that to keep overcoming situations?
Of course. Well, I appreciate that. That's love. It always doesn't hurt to give people their flowers, which is a problem with the world today, is that I show love to a lot of people. People call it dick riding. Like, nah, I'm just showing love because nobody showed love to me. So now I'm the bigger person. I show love to other people. But like what you said too is that like people get mad when I'm in certain rooms that they can't get into. My trip in Florida, I didn't even post half the stuff. I'm in certain rooms that these people can't even get into. But instead of sitting here getting mad about why someone else is in a certain room, why not ask yourself, what can I do to get into that room? Instead of getting mad at someone else's success, why not ask yourself, okay, what are they doing that I'm not doing? And you're always worried about, the problem is with social media and all this other stuff, and I do social media, so I can't really talk, but like people use it for different manners. I use it as a tool. People use it for, okay, they get mad. They see somebody else popping, doing this, doing that. Okay, F him. Blah, blah, blah. He's this, he's that. He's only fronting, blah, blah, blah. Where instead of asking yourself, okay, what is he doing that I'm not doing? Dude, the amount of steroids accusations that I get every single day, bro, if you see my routine, I got the gallon right there filled with electrolytes and sodium and magnesium to keep my body hydrated to be able to perform optimally. So back to what I was saying is that instead of getting mad at someone else's success, learn to give people their flowers and be happy for other people, because when you're happy for other people, God is happy for you. When God is happy for you, good things happen.
100%.
And like
100%. I do that at times as well, especially with my travel adventures and stuff like that. Sometimes I'll post like throwback photos of, if I'm in San Diego or something like that, or wherever I may have been, and I'll be right home in Rhode Island. And then even sometimes I hear from like family members like, Effie's traveling to California. He's in California right now.
Yeah.
Again? It's like, what do you mean? Like, first of all, why are you mad?
Yeah.
Second off, like, I'm not. It's just a throwback photo. I'm a photographer. I have my camera. I like to document a lot of things. So I have a lot of content. So I'm just trying to keep posting on my page. And, you got to feed the beast of social media to get more views, engagement. Keep your algorithm up. You need to keep yourself active up there. So I'm just posting stuff up to keep my profile updated.
Of course.
So, but they don't, sometimes people don't understand the business side of things.
Because,
and they're hating more. Why is he there? It's
Why
aren't you there?
I told you about the amount of times that people have asked me, yo, Carl, how much was that trip? Yo, Carl, what hotel you staying at? Yo, Carl, how long were you on the boat? Yo, Carl, how much was this? How much was that bottle y'all guys were popping on the boat? Like, blah, 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 blah. I say, bro, don't worry about it. And now I'm done being nice to kids, because now I've gotten to a certain level where I'm confident in myself, because like I always feel like I used to be a nicer kid. Even though I had that ego to me, I would always be a nicer kid because I didn't want to ruffle feathers. I don't give a rat's, bro. You want to ask me about my pockets, this, that, and the third. I'm like, bro, kick rocks. You see the hotel I was staying at, I don't gonna talk about it. You know what I'm saying? You see the boats we were on, I'm gonna talk about it. I'm not sitting here flexing it, you know what I mean? But people want to say, everybody want to watch my pockets and do all this, that, and the third now, where it's like, bro, like, don't ask me about how much the vacation was. Don't ask me about how much the hotel was. Like, I told you about the guy in the sauna today. And the fact that you feel like you have to compete with someone else is insanity to me, bro. You know what I mean?
For those wondering, this is on the podcast right now. It's right underneath you.
Yes.
This is the trip you're talking about right here.
Yes.
The Florida trip.
And I'm just, God, when they ask me how it happened, I really just tell them God works. Like, I'm able to hang out with two successful other people that are doing great things in life that I'm doing, because now I'd be able to tap in with God and nature, and them are God's creatures right there. You know what I'm saying? So like, being able to tap in with nature, being able to tap in with people that are like-minded like you, it'll take you a long way, because now it's like, I don't care what you look like. I don't care where you're from. You got the same mindset. You're a dog. I'm a dog. Let's make some money. So back to what you were saying about perseverance and persevering haters and negativity and all this, that, and the other. It's like, one, I'm very stubborn. I don't quit. I have an ego and I have a huge chip on my shoulder. I'm extremely confident in myself, and that I see somebody doing something, and I think, why not me? Why not me from the smallest state, from the smallest town? Why not me? You know what I mean? So I see that, and I just see everything obstacle. I just see every obstacle as a way that I can overcome it. And then when I did that, I can be like, yeah, I really did that. And like people
Facts.
hate on you that you wouldn't even think's hating on. Like you said, family. Bro, I have people swiping up on my stories. Yo, Carl, you shouldn't drop this clothing brand. I have an album coming out. Some of my best friends wouldn't even buy my clothes. They say, yo, don't drop albums. You suck at rapping. And given I'm not that good of a rapper, but I know that from my YouTube channel, from my engagement, people want to see music. I can hop on auto-tune and sound smooth.
AB's not that good neither, but
Yeah.
he's be touring and doing shit too.
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? He's doing numbers. So
yeah.
I look at somebody like that and I see engagement, and I use my haters. I can monetize them, because now once I drop on DistroKid, these people are going to be listening to me. That's revenue.
Hey, bro, it's you really have two things. I've learned this like in the business or whatever. If you have haters or you have fans, you're doing something right. It's when no one talks about you is when you're doing something bad.
Exactly.
That means you're boring as shit. No one gives a fuck. But if you have haters, hey man, like I know you know for damn sure. I post on social media, bro. But YouTube commenters be the worst.
Oh, they be grilling.
They be going off.
Yeah.
Like
paragraphs on paragraphs.
But you care that much that you're writing that paragraph, bro.
Exactly.
You're not looking over.
Exactly.
I'm getting that mad that you're leaving comments on my page.
You're right.
So I'm doing something right.
Exactly.
I'm doing something right.
Like even people I know that, like, when I'm in the sauna, I'm like, why do you care? You got 10, 20 years on me. People ask me, how much was that hotel? How long were you in Florida? I'm like, why do you care? Like, in my head, I'm thinking, why do you care? You're older than me.
Yeah.
People ask me, yo, how much was that? How much was that? I'm just trying to ask so I can gauge and compare it to my prices and this, that, and the other. I'm like, okay, why do you care about what I'm doing? Got him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So look,
it's actually weird, bro. It's weird energy. And yeah, bro, same thing. Like I said, I deal with the same things as you, but I think it's good having a good crowd around you. I think when I first started, I'm sure people still get upset about the podcast, and it's like, bro, it's like what I do. I think I'm doing good numbers right now. It's going to continue growing, of
course,
from when I first started as well. But I've seen it's even the YouTube commenters, and I'm sure his friends and family who are like, "Oh, he sucks." Okay, whatever. It don't matter to me, bro. I'm still doing it. It's my hobby. I think I'm doing pretty well. A lot of football, a lot of athletes are coming on the podcast. I'm getting into MMA right now, which is pretty crazy. And
you know what's crazy is that most of these people back then, they probably had a dream that they want to be a rapper, a football player, start a podcast, go on YouTube, but they didn't have the guts to do that because they were scared about what other people were going to think.
Yeah.
Dog, why do you care about what anyone else thinks? Bro, I was telling a young bull, I'm not going to say his name, but he wants to drop music. We was in the car chilling after a workout, and he said, yo, I want to drop this music, but my boys said I suck. I said, what, bro? I said, why do you care about what your boys think? Drop that music if you want to. He probably not going to listen to me, but a couple years from now, he's going to be like, damn, CG was right. So back to what I was saying is that a lot of these people that when you have the guts to stand up in front of a camera and put yourself out there, a lot of those people don't have that.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? And the way I think about it too is that all these kids, bro, like I told you about how after my car crash, I wake up with the urgency that I'm an only child. I'm an only grandchild. I wake up with the urgency every single day that I'm blessed from God to be able to continue my bloodline and get successful and do all these things and conquer. Not only am I doing that because of my family and because that God has compelled me to do so, but I'm also doing that because I see all these kids with my Dragon Ball Z scanner. F these kids.
Yeah.
My friends won't even buy my clothing. My best friends, bro, dudes that I show love, repost, all this stuff, won't even buy my clothes. And I see that, bro, and that makes me want to stomp on your throat. That makes me want to go drop another bag in Florida. Real talk, it does. Because I see that and I'm like, yo, I'm going to apply pressure on you because I'm going to conquer and destroy you because you don't believe in me. And you will be my friend and try to come back when I'm successful and I will spit in your face. You know what I mean? Real talk.
I said this a couple times. Actually, in the last podcast with Maddie on air, make sure you go check her out. I asked her, because she's a podcaster as well. I was like, oh, the people who you've asked on and they say no, when you blow up and you're bigger now, because she's doing pretty well, but even bigger, I believe you'll be a UFC commentator. When you ask them to come, now they're going to ask you, hey, can I come on your podcast? Are you saying yeah or no? She said yeah. Then you ask them about it, make them feel weird. I'm like, me? No.
No shot. No shot.
I asked you to come on. You fucking ignored me, left me on red. When I'm popping, I'm on doing shit with Joe Rogan, Tim Paris. And you want to come on my podcast again? Go fuck off. You ain't fucking come on.
Exactly.
You ain't come on. You didn't believe me when I was just starting up, when I was an up-and-coming podcaster. So now you want to come on for clout? Get the fuck out of here.
Bro, everybody want to be your friend when you're up. Like, bro, you seen my stories when I'm on the boat, popping bottles of champagne, pouring liquor in these girls' mouths. I'm on a boat, feeling like the man, girls everywhere in the water. I'm pouring liquor on them. And I'm thinking to myself, bro, the amount of people that slid up on my story saying, yo, Carl, what's the word tonight? I'm in Fort Lauderdale. What's the word? What's some good spots down there. But bro, when I'm in Rhode Island, you won't hit me up and say, yo, let's get a workout. When I'm down there, when I'm in Rhode Island, down bad, depressed in my room, you don't check in with me.
Yeah.
When I'm depressed about a situation going on with football, when I'm depressed about my grandfather, when I'm depressed about certain things. And meanwhile, I don't get depressed, but there are certain times when I feel emotions. So people will hit me up and say, yo, Carl, what's the word? Blah, 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 blah. But when I'm down bad, you won't hit me up and check in. If I died in that car crash, would you show me love? Did you check in with me? Hell no. Kick rocks.
Yeah,
and now I'll say, now that I have amassed the confidence and the achievements in life, I can say that to people's face. Dudes ask me all the time, yo, how much was that vacation? Bro, don't worry about it. Stop watching my pockets. You want to scrap about it? We can scrap, because I'm waking up with that urgency every single day to stomp on these dudes' throats and also do what God has blessed me here to do.
Big facts, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
And I'll try to look up this quote, but basically, the ones who tell you can't do it are the ones that couldn't do it themselves.
Facts.
Oh, you can't do that. Why not? Because they're nervous and they're disappointed, like you said, that they couldn't accomplish nothing in their life.
Facts.
Yeah, man. There's always haters in this world for sure, man. But you're doing big things, like you said. You started your own clothing company, so you want to tap into that. I'm rocking it right now, so you want to get a little drop into it.
Explain, before we even get into that, I want you to tell me, and don't sugarcoat it. How does it fit? What is the material? What can I do better?
Well, I'm glad you gave me the large. The medium would have been a little bit too tight.
Yeah, it would have been a little tight. I told you it fits a little slimmer.
Yeah, definitely. But I like the material. Like I have it's like the Gucci. I'm not amping you. I can literally pull it out my put in my closet next time. But definitely feels like the Gucci, like the typical Gucci, like the main shirt everyone rocks. It's definitely that same material for sure, 100%.
Bro, that's what I had to do. I was waiting for you to say the material, because every single person I asked, I made sure my first drop was fire, because I know that I have so many haters out here where they're gonna be delusional about it. They're gonna say, yo, the material's too rough. Yo, your website looks trash. So I made sure I got a fire material, so I know that if somebody says my material sucks, you're a hater. Bro, wait till you see I sold out of them quick. He got the last t-shirt, and I'm actually very surprised and very pleased, and I appreciate every single person who bought an article of clothing, because I didn't think I was going to do as well as I did. You know what I mean? So I'm dropping another drop, and now I've been fortunate enough to get my website, get my LLC with the state, and I'm really going to take off with the stuff, you know what I mean? Because I really, really want to. And the name of the game now, especially living the life that I live, being an entrepreneurial mindset, is like it is just, I'm blessed up to be able to do situations like that and get into these things. And I was waiting for you to say the material too, because I was waiting. I was just waiting because I knew the material was fire. You know what I mean?
Yes, the my joke is like the Gucci material.
Yes.
So the website's right underneath you right now. How can they tap in to cop some of your merch?
So you can go on to the website. You can click the urgent announcement, click here, and then you go right to the thing.
I'm showing you right now, so right underneath you.
Yes, and you would just type in the article of clothing that you want, and I will ship it out to you. I ship worldwide because I do a YouTube channel. I have subscribers everywhere. That you can also do donations to in that amount if you want and be generous. But that goes right to my business bank account. And then from there forward, I can buy more articles of clothing. I actually have a bunch of different drops. You can show them the website right there. A lot of my boys out there modeling, you know what I mean? Because not only do I do fitness, I want to help other people be genuinely successful. There's my boy Adam. There's Jack and Dane. Even though Jack don't have a shirt on, he said it was dirty, but he still looked good. The world is your reality, so make it yours. Like I said, if you want your life to be a movie, you can put that in the contact us, and you'll be able to access my personal phone. I put that up in case my subscribers or someone really needs me. All my social medias are right there. You can keep scrolling down, and I'm pretty sure it goes to the Yelp. So I have Yelp reviews coming up. I also have a women's line. a lot of some girls looking fire with the pink. I only have t-shirts, women's crop tops. Yeah, show them a little slideshow right there. I only have t-shirts and women's crop tops right now, but I'm also going to be getting sports bras, hoodies, joggers, boxers with the exclusive coming across the band. Bro, I'm getting everything.
That man that's using the steroids right there.
Of course, man. That's what they say. They'll say, "Yo, he on roids. He doing this." Where it's like, dog, if you just tap in and believe, you can do anything you want to. This world is yours.
Yeah, man. They're acting like you did it in 2 months. Like,
yeah,
you've been on that work. You've been on the workout grind since
junior high school.
Since
you knew me.
Yeah, and that's what at this point, like 5 years.
5 years.
Bro, 5 years.
Imagine working out for something. And that's another thing too that I love to bring up. There's my boy Dan. Dan, he's an East Greenwich police officer, so thank you for your service. But it's crazy too because like people not only look at me like that with like the gym and the clothing line and stuff like that, but they also look at it in football. Like there's a little V9 I was showing them the pump just to really show how I get down. You know what I mean? There's results right there. But people will say, oh, this, that, and the other about football, blah, 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 blah. It's like, bro, I'm not the same player that I was in high school because now mentally I have it. Physically, I've always had it, but mentally I was so out of tune with everything. So imagine working at something for 5 years straight. You're going to be, what's 365 times 5? That's like 1,300, 1,500%. You know what I'm saying? Better than where you were 5 years ago. So you just apply 1% better every day, you can get there. And I still have levels to tap into. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, man.
So people don't understand that. So all these kids that I see, oh, you're this, you're that, blah, blah, blah. Bro, you haven't been anything since high school. I haven't heard from you in 5 years. You've been hearing about me for 5 years consistently. Even when I wasn't even up, you're still hearing about me. So why are you, all these people, especially in Rhode Island, still live in that high school still live in that world 100%. Of high school football?
Like, Brandon came back from Italy for a couple of days or whatever, and he was like, a lot of his friends he knew were just doing the same exact thing.
Exactly. They're still broke. They're still hating. They're still talking about the glory days. Hendy versus LaSalle. Still talking about the glory days. I don't even know, Tollgate versus whatever. It's like, bro, you haven't done anything in 5 years. No one cares about high school anymore. No one cares about first team All-State. No one cares about first team all that. No one cares about stars. Once you graduate, no one cares about stars. All that stuff is cool, and it's cool to talk about, and it's cool to say you won a state championship. But after you leave high school, no one gives a rat's. Yep. No one cares. All you care about is work, consistency, results. You're in college. Your coach don't care that you had 40 stars. You know what I'm trying to say? No one cares about that. All they care about is results. So all these kids that say, yo, I used to give you work in high school, blah, 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 line up against me now, bro. You know what I'm saying? I really mean that. I live with that urgency every day. And I live with that urgency not only to stomp on these kids every single day, but like I said, live out God's plan and God's purpose every single day.
Big
you know what I mean?
And that motivation right there, and you have a female right here, so get right today. And that's sort of right here in your priceless thing. They can also reach out to you if they want to actually get that work in. And the past 5 years we've been working out, so you also do fitness consultations, that says right here as well,
yes.
Correct?
Yes, I do online training. I have a Patreon where I do fitness. I do anything. You know what I mean? I do YouTube with a lot of good fitness stuff on there. I do it all. You know what I mean? So now all I really got to do is just grow my brand. So now I'm focusing on TikTok because TikTok is the only social media that allows for organic growth, which meaning that your viewers you can pop up on anyone's For You page all over the world. So I'm trying to do that and just grow my brand and grow my face. Like I want to be the person from Rhode Island that like, okay, that's Carl Greene. Like it's already where I go out. I'll be with somebody, yo, Carl, bro, what's good, blah, blah, blah. But I want that on like a level now. Like 100%. There's levels to it. Now that I got Rhode Island, I want to really get Rhode Island. I want to grow my brand. My ex texted me. She said, yo, I'm mad. I said, why? She said, I was at the gym at Edge and I saw someone wearing your shirt. That's smooth, bro. So now that gives me more motivation. I want more people wearing my shirt.
Why was she mad?
Because she's a hater. Because they wish down upon me, but you can't wish down upon somebody that has been favored by God. I genuinely believe I'm divinely protected. After that car crash, that changed everything, bro. I wake up every day and I'm divinely protected. You know what I'm saying? I really, really believe that. Negativity can't pull you down when you're favored. And given I've been in negative situations, I'm in negative situations every day. I told you about the sauna. I'd be walking around school. Somebody says something to me. Somebody would be like, yo, how much was this? Why are you drinking that? What's in your gallon? But look at me and look at you, bro. Why are you worried about what I'm doing when really you could just get on what I'm doing and you'd be better off doing it? And I'm not saying in no way I'm better than anyone or I'm living life in a better manner than anybody, but like when I'm happy and I'm doing what I'm doing, why do you care if someone's happy and they're glowing and they're having fun with a smile on their face and enjoying themselves? Why does that bother people?
It's weird. A lot of people, they love, like, it's so crazy. Like, even on social media, you can see someone donating money and you scroll right by it. And it's, oh, someone gets into a fight, you watch it, bro. People love the negative shit opposed, like people getting battered down, bashed down, opposed to, the donations, the helping people out, trying to grow organically and helping people out, like even up the podcast. I feel like, sometimes you get overlooked for the negativity.
Facts.
And it's crazy how the world's like that right now.
Facts.
It's craziness, but, the positivity and what more like positive shit and more things should the fans be tuned into and expecting from Carl this upcoming year of 2023?
Just stay tuned. Just stay tuned. Dog, I'm waking up with the urgency, not only like I say every day about God, family, this, that, and the other, but I'm also waking up with the urgency that there's a recruit right now that sees me on the roster, that sees me on my Instagram, that sees me from Twitter, and he's saying, yo, I want to go take his spot. There's people out there in the conference that know I'm going at the school, and they're going to try to come at me. They are going to try to throw at me because of who I am. So I have a target on my back because of who I am, because of how I present myself. So I know I'm waking up with that urgency every single day.
Last time you were on, like I said, the one that was never published, actually, you were talking about Cortland, and this is your second year. You're excited for it, but you can give as much details as you want, but unfortunately that did not happen. So coming into last season, what people miss in the journey of football, or even your process picking the school that's right for you.
I'm an open book, so really you got to pick the school that's right for you. And my advice to be any recruits out there right now would really be like, look at your coaches and look at their character. Look if they really care about you. Look if you're going to be embraced. Look if you're not going to be just another number. And I don't think at any school I've been just another number, but I think there are a lot of things that played into like URI. I don't even count URI because URI, I did everything wrong. So I take URI totally out of the equation because I look at it as I was still in high school. And if I could do it all over again, I honestly think that I still would have been there and I would have been very successful there. And I'm not even saying that coulda, woulda, shoulda. The way I live my life right now, who I am as a player, I think stuff would have worked out really, really well. But because of mentally how I was navigating life back then, it was a wash for me. I had to get out. My mom literally told me, yo, I'm making you transfer from that school because of how I was. So back to what you were saying about Cortland and like all that other stuff. So I get there. And I think I just think a lot of stuff went wrong and I put myself in a very bad situation.
Where is like that fine line now with like that NIL deals? Because college athletes now can get paid and a whole bunch of different sponsorships and stuff like that. So how can they even tell you to like not do YouTube or not try to promote yourself?
No.
Because isn't that the whole gimmick now? Like
that's the whole point. It was right in 2020 and 2021. Well, 2021 when the NIL deal stuff happened. So as soon as that happened, boom, I got monetized from YouTube.
Yeah,
I'm doing this and the third.
Obviously, you don't do stupid. So you're not posting smoking weed or drinking or anything like that. But like if you just go out here giving a gimmick, then
exactly.
What is it? So so that didn't work out. So now you're at different school right now, so you're doing well. You're feeling more of a fit here.
Yeah, I love it. I'm at a different school and vibing out. I love my coaches, love my teammates. We're gonna go win another ring and we're gonna run it up. But I want kids to really know that like, yo, like you need to pick a spot that's right for you. Because imagine walking into a meeting and your teammates don't like you and you gotta play for them. You go to war with these kids. But imagine you go to practice and you got more followers and you get paid to do YouTube and you do all this, that, and the third, and your teammates know that and they don't like that. So imagine the dynamic that's going to play on the field. Imagine the dynamic of the team, and this is what goes back to haters, bro. Imagine the dynamic of the team when you walk out to practice knowing all your teammates hate you because you get paid for social media.
So that's
and they look at you sideways because they're not getting paid and they don't have money in their pocket. So so
do you think I think that's the issue that a lot of people were saying, a lot of the media analysts and reporters and the first takers of the world were saying that do you agree with this? Where
1,000%.
there can be people upset that quarterback number one can be getting paid $8 million to be a quarterback in college, and then it can be his teammates get nothing.
Yeah,
so that's the bad side of NIL deals. Do you think? So do you think like obviously it is what it is right now, but do you think it kind of should be pulled? Like, do you think it's starting up the unnecessary drama?
I think that the drama is unnecessary, but only because these people make it unnecessary. Why not be a better football player? Why not start your own thing? Why not put yourself out there instead of worrying about, oh my God, he got more money in his pocket, then you throw a fit and you go talk to coach about it, and then it screws up the other kids' playing time because it screws up the dynamic of the team. Why do you think that instead of dudes being mad that they're broke, instead of dudes being mad that maybe they suck at football, dudes be mad that they're fifth year and they were playing JV for 4 years, and now all of a sudden they get on the field and they feel threatened by somebody? Where instead of doing that, why don't you just put your neck down and work and not worry about the competition, not worry about other people's pockets, because everybody's always pocket watching. It goes back to haters. With my Dragon Ball Z scanner, I peep through all these kids. So why not, instead of worrying about everybody else, why don't you worry about being good at football and doing numbers? Why don't you worry about getting your own deal than pocket watching other people's? I'm sick of all these people talking about, oh, this, that, and the other. He's a bad representation. He doing this, doing that. Not only just for me, I'm sure there's other athletes that are getting paid out there that feel the same type of way. It's like, yo, why are you worried about washing my pockets? So especially at these big schools.
You're a fan of NIL deals then?
I love it. I got one myself. I love it.
So it's kind of, you don't think it's difficult though to deal with that on the field though? Like if you are getting haters and they're not gonna get over it, how's that dynamic in the field though? Then you get left to dry out. Say if you get burnt, you don't know the coverage, then you get yelled at. This kind of comes full circle though.
It does come full circle, and I think that it goes back to the field because, like I said, because football is a very team-oriented sport. You need to be on one accord, especially playing defense, playing DB, playing 100%. Safety, and the nickel. Especially in the nickel, you have to be on accord with everybody on the field. So imagine being on a team and you got to go to war and you got to go kill with 10 other people. I'm the 11th. With 10 other people, you got to go to war with these dudes. And none of these dudes like you, And you don't like them because they don't like you. You don't like them because they're washing your pockets, and they don't like you because you're getting paid. They don't like you because you're watching YouTube, because you have a YouTube channel. You don't like them because they don't like you that you have a YouTube channel. So what I'm saying is that if you don't like these people, it screws up the dynamic of the team. Like I said, you know how God works, bro. I drop out of school. You can put this in the podcast. I dropped out of school, saved my year eligibility, got my tuition refunded, came back home, got a job, got my brand license with the state, got an LLC, started getting money in my pocket. And now, like, you see how, and now I'm at a great school and I'm going to be able to do great things with some great teammates. You see how God works, bro? He removes you out of one situation and replaces you in a better one. Now, imagine I had no self-respect and I stayed in that situation, because there were other kids on my team that would bitch and complain and cry about the coaches and this, that, and the third, but they would never do anything about it. They're still there. I saw them in Florida, still crying about being in the same situation, still crying about being broke, still crying about not playing, still crying about the politics at that school. Where instead of you just nutting up and betting on yourself and leaving, bro, I left the transfer portal mid-season, bro. Do you know how ballsy that is to transfer mid-season?
Were you nervous at all?
No, because I bet on myself. I'm favored every time. And that was before I was even tapped in, but I know what I bring to a team. You know what I'm saying? Right. I know that even though I might not have the film, you know I work. You know I can play. Any position you need me to play, I will play.
Do you think that translates to like just like your personal life as well? You think that sometimes people stay in relationships with a female, or the girl staying with the guy, just because they're nervous and they're kind of just comfortable where they are right now, instead of just betting on themselves and working on themselves and finding a new girlfriend, a new boyfriend? Do you think sometimes people just can just, this translates to life as well, where they're just, they're nervous? I'm gonna stick with what I know.
Of course, that's life. That's why I had to quit my job working at the job I was working at, because people, like I said, I'm always looking to do better. You know what I mean? Sometimes that's a fault, sometimes that's a blessing, but you can't ever be stuck in a bad situation. People be scared because people are scared of being alone, so they'll stay in an abusive relationship. So people will be scared to be alone, so they'll stay in an abusive relationship. They'll stay in a toxic relationship. They'll stay being drained for years. And then that person will break up with them and leave them, and they're stuck looking like a fool. Where deep down in your gut, you knew you should have broke up with that person 4 years ago, but you didn't because you were scared to be alone. Where really, if you just bet on yourself, okay, I deserve better, and leave. Life comes down to betting on yourself and gambling, and I'm going to gamble on myself and double down every single time. Big
facts. Yeah, you know man. That's 100% facts. You're preaching to the almost to the choir, but you're preaching because it's preaching to the choir. You're spitting because a lot of people need to hear that sometimes. Like you said, I feel like I could be at fault of that as well. I'm not sure if you can sometimes self-reflect and be like, damn,
of course,
maybe I did stay in that relationship too much longer than I should have been. But it's never too late to remove yourself, but definitely should just remove yourself from the beginning, where you see those red flags, or you see that, damn, I'm miserable right now. And a lot of people, like you said, even I can get be at fault for it in yourself, and you're just like, yeah, goddamn.
And God removes to replace. Like I say, I'll tell you another funny story. So I told you about how I broke up with that girl that I love with all my heart. Well, she broke up with me. I love that girl with all my heart. We broke up in November. November-ish, end of October. And after my car crash, before my car crash, bro, I was sitting in my room alone, deciding about what I'm going to do. I wasn't playing football. It was a really, really dark time, bro. I wasn't playing football. I dropped out of school. I'm hearing it from my family that I dropped out of school. I'm hearing it from my boys. What are you doing? Me and her arguing, this, that, and the third. So then we break up. And I'm hearing it from my family, my friends. I'm going to the gym. People are saying, yo, Carl, what are you doing home? Blah, blah, blah. Just with my hoodie on, trying to chill, right? Very, very dark time. I'm laying in my room, bro, just down bad, right? And then I crashed my car. And I'm thinking to myself, because I was alone for like 3 weeks, a month almost, where I wasn't talking to no girls. I was just locked in my bag. Very, very dark time. So I'm just alone. I'm thinking to myself, yo, like, what am I going to do? Then after that car crash, I'm waking up with a sense of urgency. Maybe that was a wake-up call that I needed, because I'm like, yo, not only, like I said 1,000 times before, I'm waking up with the urgency to provide for my family, because I'm an only child and an only grandchild, so I need to do the best for my bloodline. Not only am I waking up with urgency because I'm favored by God, because I survived the deadly car crash that would have killed 90% of people. I'm also waking up with the urgency is, okay, like, now that she was removed from my life, I have all this urgency and this energy to just stomp on people, to just get money, to get successful, to get a better car. to go to Florida and do things with people, to be better at football. I'm waking up with a sense of urgency every single day. So back to what I was saying is that God removes to replace. He removed that girl from my life because he knew I was getting too complacent, because he knew my lifestyle wasn't right.
Yeah.
Because he knew that even though I was in the gym and I was doing my things, I wasn't urgent as I am now, bro. Like, you probably feel the energy that I'm, from the last time you talked to me in July until now, I'm probably worlds different. Like, just how I feel and how I talk and how I move, because God removed that from my life to show me, yo, you're getting too complacent. You need to not slack. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So you can't plan that stuff. And now I'm just waking up with that urgency. So, like, people will stay in a bad situation. That girl was by no means a bad situation. It was a great, beautiful situation. But people will stay in situations not knowing that if they leave, the benefits will be so much better than if they stay. Because honestly, right now, where I'm at in my life, as much as I love that girl, bro, I'd take where I'm at right now than having her back. And that kills me to say, but it's like, yo,
Nick is probably at that moment. You're probably like, "Oh, this is the one I enjoy. This and having so much fun. We go out, it's fun.
Yeah.
Maybe those couple negative times or fights are worth it. You know, that probably thinking that at the moment. But then after the fact, you're like, "What am I thinking? Like, this was not the case at all. Now you're better. Now, like you're saying, look, you can reflect on it and be like, this. Oh my gosh, world's better.
It wasn't even the relationship, because the relationship was great and it was a very beautiful relationship, and I'm glad that we went through it and things just didn't work out. But I'm glad that she is not in my life, because I had a sense of comfort and complacency with her, because like I said, I had to go through that month of just being alone with my own thoughts, fighting demons. So now when I get out of that, bro, the urgency happens. The light bulb goes off. Where not only am I waking up with like just a different sense of urgency, I'm angry, bro. I'm angry that I'm not in a good spot. I'm angry that the football situation happened. What am I going to do about it? Am I going to sit here and cry? Nah. Let's get to work. I got shit to do.
Yeah, and that's been a key attribute, characteristic, and CG Slime's exclusives life has been consistency, perseverance, and pursuing the next step in your life. So you're saying big things coming this year. Any closing words? Anything we should see coming up? Tapped in? Any stories you want? Because you know football season's coming up soon, so you might not be here for a little bit. Anything we should look forward to? Or any stories you want to say? Since last time we seen you in July.
Just stay tuned.
Just stay tuned, baby. Stay tuned. Make sure you tap in. Any last plugs you want to give for the pod?
Yeah, I just want to say subscribe to my YouTube channel. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Excuse me. Buy my merch. You already know the deal, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on Instagram. Make sure to tap in and stay tuned. I do private consultations. I can get you right with the fitness. And one thing I do want to close out with is actually kind of funny. Is that all these kids that used to make fun of me back in high school, back in college, not back in college, but like throughout the years that made fun of me, all this, that, and the third. These are now the kids that are coming to me as seniors in college saying, yo, Carl, bro, get me right. Yo, Carl, bro, I've been drinking for the last 6 years. I got a beer belly. All these kids that used to make fun of me for counting my macros, drinking coconut water, drinking my gallon, carrying a gallon around. Now, all these kids are the kids that are saying, yo, Carl, bro, I need you to get me right, bro, this, that, and the third. And I always help them out every single time, because even though I remember how they made me feel and how they made fun of me, the best revenge is not to say, F you, bro, you didn't believe in me. The best revenge is to say, look at me and look at you. They feel the results because they had to go through all that to swallow their pride, because ego is a motherfucker. So these people had to swallow their pride and say, you know what, I respect CG. So they had to swallow that pride and hit me up. Or they had to swallow their pride and come up to me at the bar, even crazier than texting me. They had to come up to me in person, dap me up, spark a conversation, then say, you know what, Carl, I really need you to help me out. And the amount of ego death that person has to go through to do that, I will gladly help you because you saw the light. So I will gladly help you. You know what I'm trying to say? So back to what I was saying about haters and stuff like that, is they'll always come back and they will always be fans. And all you can do is just stay the course and stay tuned. So it kind of wraps everything up that you were talking about earlier. Like, how do you persevere? Do you want to get revenge on these kids? Do you want to tell them F you, blah, blah, blah? No, the best revenge is just to do you, and they'll come back and they realize the faults in their ways. You know what I mean? Because God always favors the righteous.
That was big facts right there, man. Make sure you tap into your boy, Carl Greene _23. Make sure you follow him on YouTube as well. Your YouTube page again?
CG Exclusive.
CG Exclusive, baby. Make sure you tap in. Make sure you tap into his Instagram, his YouTube. See his things popping up this year. I believe my boy, I'm going to have big things coming to make sure I'm going to see my guys this upcoming fall. I believe big things are coming soon.
Yes, sir.
So, getting more rings on those fingers, baby. And make sure you tap into Explore F on all social media. My travel adventures. I'm going to Coachella, London, Barcelona, Miami for a whole bunch of Dolphin games. Tapping with your boy, your cousin, Allen. So
Yes,
make
sir.
sure you tap into EG Pod Thunder on all social media, all podcast platforms, YouTube, like, subscribe, comment. Send us to the moon, baby.
Send us to the
Get
friggin' moon, y'all. Peace
it.
out.